Hello students, welcome back to our next class. So in the last class we have started our second test under the large sample test, that is test of significance for the difference of two proportions. So whenever you want to compare the two populations, that is whether two populations are equal or not, based on those proportions you will be having two different proportions for your two different populations. The population proportions means the capital P and capital P2. So whether these two are population proportions are equal or not can be tested by considering the difference of the sample proportions, that is we are going to consider P1 minus P2 as our test statistic, that is t value. So in test statistic we will be having t value, right? So that is our difference in the proportions. We are going to check the difference, consider the statistic as difference in the proportions. So where P1 is given as the proportion of the first sample, that is x1 by n1, and P2 is given as the proportion of second sample, that is x2 by n2, where x1 and x2 are the number of successes in the sample 1 and sample 2, and n1 and n2 are the sample sizes respectively. So under the null hypothesis we are going to consider that both the population proportions are equal. So under null hypothesis only, what is the test statistic we got? Z equals to P1 minus P2 divided by square root of PQ into 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2 follows the normal distribution with 0, 1. So here we assume that P1 equals to P2 equals to some value P. Then we got this required test statistic as P1 minus P2 by PQ, square root of PQ into 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. So sometimes this P value will be unknown. The population proportion value will be unknown. At that time we estimate this P value by using the formula P hat equals to n1 P1 plus n2 P2 divided by n1 plus n2, which can be written as x1 plus x2 by n1 plus n2. Since we know P1 equals to x1 by n1, then x1 will be equals to n1 P1. So this is our test statistic, and the conclusion is same. If mod z calculated is greater than z tab at alpha % level of significance, then we reject our null hypothesis. Otherwise, if mod z calculated is less than or equals to z tab at alpha % level of significance, we accept our null hypothesis. So now we will look after problems. Now we will solve some problems based on the difference of proportions or two proportions. So only method is not important or only problem is not important. You have to learn both the method, that is derivation part, theory part, and also the problems, because both will be asked in your examinations. And the same problems with the same procedures you will be having for the practical also. So carefully listen all the practicals. So if you understand the concept, then you can do the problems very easily by knowing the test statistic. So coming to the solution. So first you read the question. What is the question? A random sample of 400 men and 600 women. So two random samples are taken. That is, in first sample there are 400 men, and in second sample there are 600 women. Were asked whether they would like to have a flyover near their residence. So a survey was conducted on 400 men and 600 women, and they were asked whether they like to have a flyover near their residence. So wherever they are staying, are they willing to have a fly over near their residence or not. So what will be their output answer will be yes or no. So two possible outcomes. So favor. Now coming to the next part, 200 men and 325 women were in favor of the proposal. So whenever they are asked this question, out of the sample sizes, 200 men and 325 women were in favor of the decision. So total out of 400 men, 200 men said yes. Similarly, out of 600 women, 325 women said yes for the proposal. So now we have to test the hypothesis that proportions of men and women in favor of the proposal are same or not. So we have two different populations, that is men and women. Samples are taken related to men and women only, and we have to check that the proportions for about men and women in favor of this proposal are same or not. So this can be tested by using the difference of two proportions. First write down given. Write all the given values. So first sample sizes, you write down the sample sizes. N1 equals to number of men. So how many? 400. And N2 equals to number of women, that is 600. Similarly, what is X1? X1 equals to number of men in favor of decision. How many are favor? 200. Out of 400, 200 are favor of the decision, that is X1 equals to 200. Similarly, next X2 equals to number of women in favor of the decision. So out of 600, how many are in favor of the proposal? 325. So N1, X1, N2, X2 are given. Now find out P1 and P2. That is sample proportion. First sample proportion is P1 equals to X1 by N1, which is equals to 200 by 400. So this is equals to 200 by 400, 2 by 4, 1 by 2 equals to 0.5. Similarly, find out P2, that is proportion of the women sample, that is second sample. So P2 equals to X2 by N2. So what is X2? 325 divided by 600. So 325 divided by 600 is 0.5417. 0.5417. So we got the P1 and P2. And next is, for our null hypothesis, we want P value, right? We are assuming that P1 equals to P2 equals to capital P. So what is the excuse me. So what is the P value? Is there anywhere the population proportion is given? So in the question, nowhere the population proportion is given. That means P is unknown. So capital P, that is population proportion is unknown. So here P is unknown. Then we estimate the P value. How do you estimate the P value? Therefore, P hat equals to X1 plus X2 by N1 plus N2. So what is the X1 value? 200 plus X2 value is 325 divided by N1 is 400 plus N2 is 600. So 200 plus 325, 525 divided by 1000. So P hat equals to 525 divided by 1000, so which is equals to 0.525. So which implies we got the p hat equals to 0.525. So we got the required p hat value. Next we will find out the q hat. So q hat equals to 1 minus p hat, which is equals to 1 minus 0.525. So 1 minus 0.525 is 0.475. So therefore q hat equals to 0.475. Now we got all the required values for our test statistic, that is p hat value, q hat value. Next we have to define the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis now. So first write down the null hypothesis. So coming to null hypothesis, it is denoted with H naught. So H naught such that what is the P1 equals to P2 equals to P. So we are going to write P1 equals to P2 equals to P. So what is the P value? That is 0.525. So you can specify that value or can leave like this also, no problem. 0.525. So what we are going to write under the null hypothesis here, P1 equals to P2 means there is no significant difference between the opinions of men and women. That is, there is no significant difference. There is no significant difference. There is no significant difference between the opinions of men and women in favor of the proposal. In favor of the proposal. So P1 equals to P2 means there is no significant difference, that is both the opinions of men and women are equal. That is the proportions of men and women in favor of the proposal are equal. Next we will be writing the alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis. So alternative hypothesis, it is denoted with H1. So H1 such that P1 not equals to P2. So P1 not equals to P2 means here they said same or not. They did not say men is more than women or men is less than women. Both are equal or not. In that criteria only we are going to test. That's why P1 not equals to P2, which implies it is a two-tailed test. So this is a two-tailed test. So that is, there is a difference, there is a significant difference between the opinions of men and women. Between the opinions of men and women in the favor of the proposal. Now next step we are going to write the test statistic. So the test statistic under H naught. So what is H naught? P1 equals to P2 equals to P is given as is Z equals to P1 minus P2 by square root of, so here P1 equals to P2 equals to P and also P is unknown. So P is unknown means we will be writing P hat Q hat into 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2 follows the normal distribution with 0, 1. So copy till here. Now we'll substitute all the values in our test statistic. Now substitute all the values. So what are the required values? Z equals to, here Z equals to, what is P1? Small p1, we got it as 0.5 minus p2, we got it as 0.5417 divided by square root of p hat value. So capital P hat values, we got it as 0.525 into Q hat value, we got it as 0.475 into 1 by N1 is 400 plus 1 by N2 is 600. So now solve this. 0.5 minus 0.475 divided by this complete answer. So 0.5 minus 0.5417 is minus 0.0417 divided by 0.525 into 0. So first do this one. 1 divided by 400 into 1 divided by 600. So whatever the answer we get, that answer. So 1 divided by 400 plus 1 divided by 600, sorry, which is equals to 0.0042 into 0.525 into 0.475. So square root of that answer is 0.0322. So minus 0.0417 divided by 0.322. We are going to get the, once again, minus 0.0417 divided by 0.0322. The answer is minus 1.29. Minus 1.295. So this is the mod Z calculated value. Now conclusions and comparisons. So conclusion, first what we are going to write, mod Z calculated, which is equals to mod of minus 1.295. So therefore mod Z calculated is equals to, so modulus of minus 1.295 is plus 1.295. So we got the mod Z calculated value. Next is Z tab value. Z tab at, what is the level of significance specified in the question? 5%. So at 5% level of significance for which tail test is? Two-tailed test. Two-tailed test is Z tab equals to, so for two-tailed and at 5% level of significance, the table value is 1.96. So if you observe, calculated value is 1.29, table value is 1.96. So therefore mod Z calculated is less than Z tab at alpha percent, that is 5% level of significance. So if calculated value is less than table value, which implies accept our null hypothesis. So accept H naught means, what is H naught? There is no difference between the opinions of the men and women in the favor of the proposal. Now we'll continue with our next question. Coming to the second question, a survey was conducted on the eyesight of 900 and 1200 students from Visakhapatnam and Tirupati. So in Visakhapatnam and Tirupati, in Visakhapatnam 900 students and in Tirupati 1200 students were tested their eyesight. A survey was conducted to check their eyesight, whether they have the eyesight or not. So out of these, 20% and 15% have eyesight. So out of 900 students, 20% have eyesight, and out of 1200 students, 15% have eyesight respectively. So test the significance of eyesight in Visakhapatnam is more than the Tirupati at 5% level of significance. So they are asking to check whether the eyesight of the students in Visakhapatnam is more than the eyesight of the students in the Tirupati. At what is the level of significance given? Level of significance given as 1%. Now write down given. So here N1 equals to how much? N1 is 900, N2 equals to 1200. And coming to X1 and X2. So what are X1 and X2? Before that, if you observe here, the percentages, that means the proportions are already given. That is 20% and 15%. That means P1 value equals to 20%, that is equals to 0.2. Similarly, P2 value is equals to 15%, which is equals to 0.15. So your P1 and P2 are already given. Now, next is capital P value, that is population proportion. It is not given, right? So whenever it is not given, how you will find? P hat equals to N1 P1 plus N2 P2 divided by N1 plus N2. Here we don't have the X values, so we will be using this formula. N1 is 900 into P1 is 0.2 plus N2 is 1200 into P2 value is 0.15 divided by 900 plus 1200. So therefore we get the capital P hat, that is population proportion, as 0.1712. So next find out the Q hat value. Q hat equals to 1 minus P hat equals to 1 minus 0.1712, which is equals to 0.8288. So Q hat equals to 0.8288. So now define the null hypothesis. So what is the null hypothesis? H0 such that here what they are asking, whether they are equal or not, the eyesight. So P1 equals to P2. So P1 equals to P2 equals to, suppose say P. That is, there is no significance difference. There is no significance difference between the eyesight of students from Visakhapatnam and Tirupati. So in this way we are going to write the null hypothesis, that is, there is no significance difference between the eyesight of the students from the Visakhapatnam. That means you can simply write the eyesight of the students of Visakhapatnam and Tirupati are equal. Next is we are going to write the alternative hypothesis. So alternative hypothesis. So what we are going to write? H1. So P1 means we know it is the proportion of the eyesight of Visakhapatnam. P2 means it is the proportion of the eyesight of the Tirupati students. So here what they are asking, Visakhapatnam is more than Tirupati. That means P1 is greater than P2. That means it is a right tail. So what we are going to write here, that is eyesight of Visakhapatnam students, eyesight of the Visakhapatnam students is more than Tirupati, more than the Tirupati students. So after defining the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis, write down the test statistic. So the test statistic under H0, so under H0 P1 equals to P2 equals to P, that is test statistics is given as Z equals to P1 minus P2 divided by square root of, here P value is unknown, so we will be writing P hat Q hat into 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2 follows the normal distribution with 0, 1. Now substitute the values. What is proportion P1? 0.2 minus P2 is 0.15 divided by square root of P hat. What is the P hat value? 0.1712 into Q hat is 0.8288 into 1 by N1 900 plus 1 by N2 1200. So solve this one. So by solving this, we are going to get the required mod Z calculated value. So Z equals to, so we get the calculated value as 2.87. So this is the calculated value, that is 2.87. Now coming to the conclusion. So we have to compare the mod Z calculated value. Mod Z calculated equals to 2.87. Z tab at alpha percent, that is level of significance is 1%. So at 1% level of significance for right tail. So check the table value. So it is 2.33. Z tab equals to 2.33. So if you observe here, mod Z calculated is greater than Z tab. So whenever mod Z calculated is greater than Z tab, we reject the null hypothesis. Reject the H0. So reject H0 means, what is H0? There is no significant difference between the eyesight of two people. So reject H0 means, which implies accept H1. So accept H1. Under H1 what do we have? The eyesight of Visakhapatnam students is more than the eyesight of the Tirupati students. Third question. So this third question, you do it as a homework. So read the question. 1000 apples kept under one type of storage. So this is about the storage of the apples. The apples are stored under two different conditions. So 1000 apples were kept under one type of storage, were found to show rotting to extent of 4%. So among those 1000 apples under the first storage type, there are 4% of rotting, and similarly 1500 apples kept under the another kind of storage showed 3% rotting. So among the 1500 apples which are kept under the second kind of storage showed how much rotting? 3%. Can it be reasonable to conclude that second storage is superior to first. Second one superior to first. So here I'll give a clue how to do this one. First, what are the given things? N1 equals to 1000, N2 equals to 1500. We have P1 equals to 4% and P2 equals to 3%. So here we know P is unknown, so estimate P value. So after estimating P value, how to write the null hypothesis? H0 we write P1 equals to P2 equals to P. So under H1 what we are going to write? Here it is given second type storage is superior to first. So coming to P1, what is P1? It is the proportion of the fastest type of storage. P2 is the proportion of the second type storage. Here they are saying we have to find the P2 is superior means P2 is greater than P1. Generally we write first P1 then P2. So H1 is given as P1 is less than P2. So whenever you get the term superior, you consider superior means more, inferior means less. So like that, based on the given question, you have to write the alternative hypothesis. Here second type is superior to first is given. That's why P2 is greater than P1. That implies that P1 is less than P2. So P1 less than P2 means it is a left tail test. So now use the test statistic and substitute the values and conclusions. Do the problem and give the proper conclusions for this question. We'll continue the remaining problems in our next class.